Western snowy plovers are found all up and down the Pacific coast. At one time, California beaches supported thousands of snowy plovers. But with the loss of nesting habitat and the impact of visitors on nesting areas, the number of snowy plovers have declined significantly. So Point Reyes is a very important breeding population for Northern California. They start pairing and courting with one another starting in March, and then the breeding season goes all the way until September. Once all the eggs are laid, the female and male will both incubate the eggs until they hatch. They like to nest right on the ground in the sand where people and dogs come to recreate. Humans can cause direct nest loss in the form of trampling. They can also cause indirect nest loss in the form of potentially leaving garbage, which will then attract predators. I found the first nest of the season in mid-March, and I went back to check on it, and a raven had picked up the eggs and flew off, which is a very common occurrence. Ravens are probably the #1 nest predator of snowy plovers here in Point Reyes.
The western snowy plover tries to select habitats that are more open so that they can actually have a better view of their predators. But non-native invasive species like European beach grass had some pretty big impacts because they provide a lot of cover for predators of western snowy plover. Starting in 2001, they actually started to try to do some manual removal of invasive species. We have really made a big emphasis to try to help the public understand what the value of dunes are and why is it important that we restore them. And some of the ways that we've been doing that is really trying to bring people out to do some of the dune restoration out here, and then also some mechanical removal as well. Shortly after we finished the work, we started to notice plovers already moving in and using some of the restored foredune areas. By having a more sustainable dune ecosystem, it ensures that these habitats remain here for the threatened and endangered species.
Here at South Spit, we have created habitat for the snowy plover by adding shell fragments to their natural habitat to enhance the quality of their camouflage. They rely on little pieces of shell and wood debris to hide their nests. So by improving the habitat, we really give the plovers a leg up to nest successfully here. We've seen a high level of productivity out of this nesting location, and part of that is working with others to keep the habitat pristine, in good condition, and less subject to disturbances.
ATVs and other OHVs have caused problems for us. They can pretty much go anywhere out here due to the terrain. There has been instances where they've ran over nests. So what we've done is we've carved out a little area for the snowy plovers to use and provide for their needs while allowing the other recreational uses. All you have to do is stay on the low on the wave slope in the wet sand and go slow enough where they can move out of the way and stay out of the posted areas. Plenty of room to spread out and give the plovers room for what they need to do during the breeding season.
With us all pitching in together, we've had a real success here at South Spit, and I think it's a model that we can apply elsewhere.
Conservation efforts rely on the public being knowledgeable and aware of their impact wherever they go. And having our docent program here in the seashore helps with spreading awareness and educating visitors when they come out here, just so they're a little bit more aware of what a snowy plover is and what they can do to help recover snowy plover populations.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to North Beach at Point Reyes National Seashore. Have you been here before?
Yes, we have.
Awesome. Well, then you're probably aware that we do have a threatened species that's here at Point Reyes National Seashore that we're trying to protect, which is the western snowy plover. So off-leash dogs are a big cause of disturbance for the nest. So volunteers like myself will be out here on beaches sharing information about the species. Why is it threatened? What can we do to help support it? And that is really the only way to really advocate for species protection, to also get them off the endangered species list.
It's great to see such a range of people and ages, seeing them excited about volunteering and the conservation of snowy plovers. It's very exciting to see.
All the people who live in California need to work together, whether you're doing it by working in a land management agency or whether you're a member of the public coming out and doing volunteer work.
None of us can do this work by ourselves. It really is a partnership up and down the California coast to help improve numbers of western snowy plover so that we can really have a strong and healthy population for future generations to enjoy.